All right, welcome to our next installment of our Blackboard training, our training on tutor.com. So this time, because we're trying to be sensitive to students' private information, we won't actually be going into courses and going through tutor.com with an actual live course. But Alicia does have her soft talk right here, and that's in the SE Faculty Development course under the Blackboard or under, I guess, professional development, then Blackboard training, and then tutor.com. But it's right here with this link, and that's what we'll be referencing for today, just to make sure students' privacy is maintained. All right. So talking about tutor.com, tutor.com is a resource for students to be able to receive support from very many potential qualified tutors. As you can see in Alicia's soft talk, there are over 3,000 qualified tutors. And they'll talk about, I don't know if it's probably mentioned a little bit later, but they cover over 40 subjects with 24/7 access to expert tutors on those subjects. So that's really useful for our students. The university pays for it, and it's a resource for them, and it's a resource for you to see where it is that students have been struggling, what they're needing tutoring on, and identify maybe where you could provide further instruction if needed. All right. Other notes from that, a popular feature I would say is that drop off an essay for review and feedback. That one's pretty popular here, especially for any course that has an essay to be written. And another feature is that you can use it from your computer or from your phone or tablet. And I actually didn't know that you could save your favorite tutors. That's pretty cool. But going through, okay. So tutors, just to talk about what qualifies them, they go through, as she says, rigorous onboard process that includes extensive qualification tests, writing samples, mock sessions, and background checks. So basically, they go through assurances to make sure that they are people that you can trust your students with.
They're not your average check.com tutor.
That's true. They aren't check.com. They aren't. They're able to span a wider range than even what some of our campus tutoring resources offer. So it's a really good resource for that. Yes. So tutor.com itself.
Oh, click that faculty how it works.
Okay.
Sorry. It's not working on here.
Oh no. Well,
I'll have to fix that.
That's okay. I'm not super. Was there something specific you wanted?
It's a video.
Okay.
It's a Vimeo, and I'll get it fixed.
That's fine. Okay. Well, talking about tutor.com, there will be a video there. I assume explaining what it is, how it works. Okay. So come back for that. They covered, like I kind of mentioned before, over 40 subjects. You can see this graphic right here. Math, science, writing, and business are probably the main focuses. I feel like they do other things as well, though, right?
They do.
Yeah. Lots of specific things within math. So if you have calculus questions specifically, you can find specific tutors, or physics for science. Writing has lots of things. And business is probably pretty popular, probably, I guess. With tutor.com, I think this is relevant for any course where you're receiving assistance. It helps improve their grades in the end. You know, students don't want to feel like they're failing. If they're going to go to a tutor, they're wanting to improve themselves. So that's the benefit of tutor.com, is they aren't limited to maybe whatever YouTube resource they have or something. They're getting qualified people coming to them, and that will actually help them improve their grade. Was there anything else you wanted to add about this page, Alicia?
If they get comfortable with a tutor, they can request that particular tutor over and over again. They can also schedule a tutor ahead of time, and they can schedule it up to 3 times, or they can schedule it out ahead of time. But if they stand the tutor up on the 3rd time, then they're not allowed to schedule in advance. So they can definitely develop a rapport with a particular tutor that they enjoy. And so that's one of the benefits of being able to get the same tutor over and over again.
Yeah, for sure. And with this page, it seems like you're talking a lot about
how
to share it with your students.
How to share it with it, and how, to make sure that their students are aware of it, and how they can kind of incorporate it into their curriculum, so that way different ways that they can incorporate it, I guess, within their classes.
Yeah.
So.
All right. And this is our CIDT newsletter that you're referring to?
Tutor.com actually has
tutor.com.
a monthly. They actually have a monthly newsletter that gives them more information about with quick tips and best practices of how to use it in their classes. So.
Perfect. Well, tutor.com has a resource even for you. So tutor.com itself. Do you want me to play through this video or just talk about it? Okay. But this one, and I think we keep going through this as the instruction guide as well. But tutor.com has its own resources for you where it explains how it works. And we'll talk about in a little bit how you can access what you need, but both will be in the same link in your courses. But the client portal. So whenever you actually access the resources in tutor.com, you can see a lot of different data, a lot of information. So you can see the students' information. For them, it'll actually be their names,
yes,
right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So you'll see their names, not the anonymous stuff we have here. You'll be able to see who their tutor was, what the subject they were wanting more instruction in, when they did it, how long they were there, and you also can see notes that both the tutor and the student have made, right?
And we'll show you some examples of that here in just a minute.
Awesome. Okay. So
there's some more information about early alerting. It will let you know if a student continually goes back and gets help at tutor.com. It can give you early alerts as a professor that student might be using it a lot, and so it can give you an alert that student might need additional help within the class.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you.
Here are some videos of example sessions that are there, and they can watch those on their own too.
Awesome. Okay. But just kind of talking about how the actual examples of students really using it, if you wanted to see how that works, for how you can access it specifically and your students. On all of your course menus in your courses, there should be a link towards the bottom that says tutor.com. When you click on that, it'll open within the course usually, not even opening in a new window, where it'll show you all that data, and actually that's the next part where it's going further into it. But the link is always there, and it's the same link for you and your students, to emphasize that. There is a button up there that says take me to the client portal, which is where you'll start seeing the data on your specific course. And I'll also say that it's not just all students in any of your courses that'll show up, it's for that specific course that the link in the menu is.
If you'll notice in the middle of that page, I took this screenshot, so it says hi Alicia. In the middle of that page, your actual student, it will say hi and their name in the middle of it, because they are linking to tutor.com from Blackboard. Students do not link to tutor.com from out on the internet. They're not going to go to tutor.com just from Google or from wherever. They are going to link to it from inside your particular course.
Which will help maintain that data and be accurate for the courses that you're teaching. Awesome. So you'll be able to look at the reports for the sessions, see how many sessions have happened. Like the example here is the orientation, which generally doesn't need tutoring specifically. I think most of the ones that are in here are people testing it out. But you can look through that, and I think the next part is the actual reports themselves. Yep. Okay. So you'll be able to limit when you want to see reports from. So if you want to see what happened this week specifically, or even on a specific day where something was due. So you can see the different information on the student that's cut off here. You can see who the tutor was and how often they're used in your course even specifically. You can see what it was that they were getting tutoring on, such as the essay drop-off. Like I said, that one's a pretty popular one if you have any writing that's due. Math is also very popular if students are struggling with that. You'll be able to see what the course was, center name, I guess what type of support they're needing, when they were there, how long they were there, and then the actual transcript is there. You'll get other information as well from that side, but mostly what you'll want is that transcript and kind of the information on what it was for.
When you first get into this report, it actually shows the students' names and stuff on the left-hand side.
Mhm.
So the scroll
right
bar
here.
at the bottom, you actually have to scroll almost all the way to the right to be able to get to the session transcript, which is the blue part that I circled that says click here.
Yep. All right. So with is this an example one?
Yes, this
Okay.
this starts off the feedback. So up here at the top, when a student drops off the essay, they fill out something called pre-session details.
Mm-hmm.
And since this is asynchronous interaction, this gives the tutor some more information about what it is that they are actually looking at. So the student is the one that fills this out. They want to know the topic, where they are in the writing process, like where it's a rough draft, that kind of thing. So they fill all of this out. And then when they turn it in, the tutor gets that.
Yes.
And then the next thing is the actual
Document.
feedback.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So you can see the actual preview of what they actually typed in their document itself, as well as on the side, seeing the comments that were made. So you can read through it as well to see what they've already said. And you can see maybe if you're concerned about what has been submitted, you could see if they ignored what was instructed to them via their tutor. You can also see maybe not necessarily just suggestions, but like where they have improved since in their actual essay. So with that, it's kind of useful to look at if you do an essay version. For the other tutor sessions, it's do we go into those, or is it primarily this one?
There's another one.
Okay, okay, good. So for this one, this is a math one. Okay. So it's talking about what they're saying. You can see what they've typed to each other and how they interacted. You can even see whenever someone's lost connection, which that's pretty cool. So you can see where some specific issues are.
You can actually replay it. So if they're actually talking with a microphone back and forth to each other, then it actually reads it
little
back
area
to you.
right there, review audio. All right. Any other notes on that, or okay?
That's it.
Awesome.
And then there's a little video on how it impacts colleges.
Okay. And then the rest of that is a quiz for you guys later. But
if you're here, you don't have to take it.
Yeah. I won't take it for you right now. But does anyone have any questions maybe about tutor.com or how it might benefit or apply to their own courses? And there's a chat on the side if you need. They're not there. Okay. Well, thank you guys for tuning in on tutor.com's training for today. If you guys do have any questions, feel free to let me know. All right. Have a good day.